Morning, folks. I'm going to use shaving cream this morning from Proraso. This one here is the blue one, and if I remember right, it's got aloe and vitamin E. Um, if it has a scent to it, my nose isn't picking it up this morning, but I do have it whipped up here in a wooden bowl from the extinctive goat. Here's what the bottom of it looks like, and this one here, if I remember right, this is the walnut and cherry one. It's got grooves there in the middle. Got it whipped up here with the EverReady brush from the Heritage Collection. That's what the bottom of it looks like there. It's got a badger knot in it, 26 millimeter. Whipped up pretty good. Nice. Took no time at all to whip it up. That's a pretty nice knot. Went ahead and put a hot towel to the face this morning, and also decided to use a Preshave from Proraso. Never used it before, so this will be the first time go. Just took a little bit and worked it in my face this morning after the hot towel, and I'm going to be following up the shave this morning. First time also for using a Proraso aftershave balm. Looks like it ought to be pretty good. As goes for still using the alum block here this morning, complete with rubber band. And still got some Humphrey's witch hazel here. That's got some peppermint and a menthol in it. Nice cooling effect for this morning. Got a little bit of a frog this morning. Go ahead and wet my face and get started here. Shaver again today is going to be the Focus R51, R51, and got a tip yesterday after yesterday's video. And that I didn't have the angle quite right, that I needed to make my angle even steeper. He thought I had it right around the around 40 degrees, and 60 might work a lot better. So we're going to see how that works out for us this morning. But like he says, nobody's going to mistake it for being an aggressive shaver, which I agree. It is a pretty mild shaver. Which for, like I said, I mentioned before, for somebody that's got sensitive skin, this just might be what they've been looking for. For me, I like mild shavers from time to time. It just makes it easier some mornings when maybe you're not feeling quite 100%, don't need quite the focus. And speaking of focus, here's the R51. Like I mentioned before, there's 3 different models. This one here, you might be able to see that feather blade. It's in there. Base plate is flat. Cap has been beveled just a little bit to help you find the angle. And at any rate, in other words, with a mild shaver, trying to pay attention to my angle here. Helps with the if your focus is not quite where it needs to be, your attention, that it's a bit more forgiving. And I think that's has a lot to do with the design of this one here. Help those folks get started without, cutting their face up. And you can put quite a bit of pressure. I put quite a bit more pressure than I normally do. And still seem to be doing quite all right. I do enjoy this shaver because, like I said, it is mild. It's easier to talk and shave at the same time. Maybe I won't lose my train of thought. It is Monday morning. And we've had a little bit of rain overnight. And with the time change, it did make it awfully hard to get up this morning. It will be a while before things start to feel normal again, because right now they don't feel normal. It doesn't really feel like it feels more like a Sunday instead of a Monday. I have to say that today's shave, changing the angle just a bit. I think I felt like I'd taken more off my cheeks, at least my cheeks, than what I did yesterday. So that would be something to pay attention to. Something to get adjusted to is the angle of your shaver. Tomorrow I think I'll use a derby blade. Got a derby premium set out. Use different blades and see if I can tell a difference in the efficiency, which is kind of tough to do when you're changing your angle. But as it goes for the smoothness of the shave, it's quite all right. I'll put a link down below for a lot of the stuff, especially for the shaver. There's a lot more information that you can read from the website there from Superior Shave. You could definitely buff with this if you wanted to. I feel inclined to do that. I've seen some of the videos, a 10-minute shave, and I'll have to give it some more thought. Because shaving 10-minute shave with Shave It or a straight razor. Straight razor I might be a little bit slower. Don't shave with straight razors very often. For me, part of the battle, at least for me, is making sure that the edge is where I need for it to be. I think that's, for me, that's one of the beauties of using a shavette. So once you find your blade that you like, things should be pretty consistent on your edge. Not having to worry too much about, in other words, if you're sending your shaver out, having an edge put on it. I guess you might say that going back and forth, trying to get the edge the way you like it. It's kind of hard to put things into words when it comes to the edge. Second pass, took down quite a bit. Still got some, I think, yeah, against the grain, I should be able to pick up the rest of this, or most of it. Changing the angle does make a difference. I guess you might say a more aggressive angle. You're not looking at, for a mild shaver, the R52 or the 53, the slant. Might be what you're looking for. Shaving cream is doing really good this morning when it comes to feeling like my face is moisturized. I've got enough in there for a whole nother shave easily. Yeah, a whole nother shave. Didn't think I put that much shaving cream in the bowl. Does make for a fun shave when they're mild. Like I said, just going back over buffing, you do feel inclined to put a bit more pressure on here, and you can. I've been able to do it, and nicks, cut, and weepers aren't happening. Makes it pretty nice. A little bit of feedback in some places, especially when it comes to my tough spots, where the hair has a tendency to grow in several different directions. leaves plenty behind for buffing. Could be one of those shavers that you use also, speaking of straight razors and shavettes, if you're not accustomed to shaving with one of those kind of shavers. This one here might be one to follow up behind. Base feels pretty soft. Sometimes I'll have to use this Preshave again tomorrow. Sometimes it's hard to tell in between. Is it the Preshave that made much of a difference, or is it the shaving cream? Got just a little bit left right there. Like I say, some of this is not the easiest to get, especially if you're chasing BBS. Which this shaver here, don't think you have much of a risk for razor burn or anything quite like that. That's pretty darn smooth. This is going to be a good week. Shaves in like this. I guess you might say I would put out a little bit more effort chasing that BBS, and this is pretty smooth. Face feels good this morning. Yeah, I think right there I got at least 95%. There's not much left. If I was chasing BBS, I would have just a little bit more work to do. But like I say, I've got some places, especially as on this side here, that grows in a curl, and it's right here, and that's also my spot where it is very easy for me to get weepers depending on what kind of shaver I use. I don't see that happening with this one here. But if I was use something more aggressive, some of the single edge shavers that are more aggressive have to be really careful in that spot right there, because I will end up with weepers. It's been a trouble spot for as long as I can remember. No stinging this morning. None. Zero. Makes for a great shave, doesn't it? Have no stinging after a shave. Got some witch hazel here. This one here I picked up at, this one here is TJ Maxx. Picked it up for $6.99. I think typically I usually find the smaller size for $5.99. Also depends on the flavor. It seems like sometimes a particular flavors might cost you $1 more at TJ Maxx or at Marshall's. And I did find one more of these, which is unscented or anything like that. I might make another peppermint one with a little bit of menthol. That peppermint just makes a world of difference on the cooling of my face, how it feels right after the shave. Feels really nice. At least I enjoy it. I know not everybody may enjoy that cooling effect after the shave. I'm going to go ahead and use the aftershave balm on camera. Have no idea for sure how much to use. I will try to get a little bubble there. There's no restrictor there, but that is the opening. I think I'll go ahead and try just a little bit. It does remind me of Nivea as it goes for consistency. That's what I'm going to start out with this morning. Like I said, if there's a scent to it, I can't tell. Not with my nose. Yeah, it looks like a little bit will go a long ways. Probably also depends on how dry your skin is. If you're going to be using it, let's say after you taking a shower and your skin's a little bit dry, especially if you're kind of bald like me. Lost a lot of your hair on top. Something like this might be a good thing to use. Man, that's a pretty good shave. Changing that angle did make it somewhat more efficient. It's going to be a busy week this week too, I should mention. So if I'm a little bit late on the comments, yeah. So tomorrow night, got my son's in the band, Pride of Broken Arrow. We got a parent-teacher meeting tomorrow night. My daughter also has class that I need to get her to. She takes a couple of night classes on Tuesdays and Thursday, and Wednesday is my son's sax lessons. So, and I think there's something supposed to be going on tonight. My wife's going to have to remind me what's going on. Anyway, it's going to be busy for the next few days. So if I'm a little slow responding to the comments, that's what's going on. Because I'm trying to, get all these shaves in so I can get this shaver back in case he's wanting to send it out to somebody else. But boy, face feels really good this morning. This was a fun shave. Like them like this, especially on a Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.